Hey, it's James Raby. We have to say something here, but I don't want to say much. Thanks for listening to the Y105 FM Early Morning Show Radio On Demand podcast. Love you. Are letting them know the value of money, and I kind of dig that. You're listening to the Y105 FM Early Morning Show. It is Friday, so it's a Feel Good Friday, and part of that is the smile of the day, where 8-year-old Nash Johnson applied to work at Drake's Restaurant in Lexington, Kentucky. He wanted an Xbox, and so he was going to work for it. He wasn't trying to get the money for free. And he went to the restaurant and apparently went to the website and filled out an application. And on Facebook, the restaurant said, "We gave the number on the application to call. It turns out Nash isn't quite old enough to work at Drake's yet. Thank you for applying for a job, and always remember, you're part of this family." And then the restaurant gave Nash an Xbox. And he's doing chores at home for $5 a week. The parents found out, you're willing to work. Excellent. This is Y105 FM's Early Morning Show.
This is Y105.
Rainy day. Most of the day we're going to have rain, and the big story is that we're going to hit about, 65 for a high, and then drop to about 45, 47 degrees, something like that. It's going to be a 20-degree drop in the middle of the day. Whoa. It is the Y105 FM Early Morning Show. I'm James Raby. Brenda, thanks for calling in. And what happened to you when you were learning to drive?
I was learning how to drive, and I ran over my aunt's foot.
Okay, what's the story?
She was trying to teach me how to back up, as that was my issue at the time. And she was standing behind me trying to teach me how to back up in a straight line while I was paying attention to her. And next thing I know, thank goodness she had flip-flops on, my wheel was up over her shoe, her flip-flop, and she was able to slide her foot out from underneath the tire. She said, "Stop! Stop! What are you doing? Stop! That's my foot!" And she's waving her arm in the back, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh! I didn't realize I was so close."
Oh, that's rough. Thanks for calling in, and thanks to your aunt for actually teaching you to drive. I'm telling you, it is a mind-melting thing. It is Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. Joel, what's your story?
I was trying to teach my daughter how to drive a number of years ago, and we took a corner. She was driving, took a corner just a little bit too fast. I said, "Stop." The car ended up on its top.
How on earth did that happen?
We hit the turn, loose gravel. I said, "Stop." She hit the brakes, and the car turned sideways, and the tires caught and flipped it right on its top.
Wow.
A dozen people showed up, and, bystanders and passersby, and fire department came and totaled my car. And I sent my daughter to an actual school after that then for driver's ed.
Yeah, I imagine so. Thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate it. That is, who was it? Joel and Brenda hanging out with me on the Y105 FM Early Morning Show. You're welcome to, too. Give me a call, 507-292-1053. What is your driver's ed story?
Dell Technologies Black Friday event starts early.
What I like to call Intergalactic Day, because that temperature is going to drop. Holy smokes. It is 63 right now, and by this afternoon, we're talking about 42 degrees or so. Unbelievable. It is Y105 FM's Early Morning Show, and Aaron is hanging on the phone. What is your driver's ed story?
I fell asleep during my driving test.
Oh, dude.
I was driving on the highway, and I fell asleep, and I went off the side, and the instructor grabbed the wheel and woke me up and pulled me over and obviously failed me.
Yep. That's it. You're done. It's failed. Hi, Julie, is it? No, it's Angie. Angie, thanks for hanging on. What's your story?
When I was in driver's ed, I hit 5 different Canadian geese on 4 different occasions.
How did that happen?
Our driver's ed route, when we would go around, was next to this lake, and there would just be geese, and I would just end up being the one driving and hitting the geese.
That's awful. It's not funny. It's not funny at all, but holy smokes, you're the only one in the car doing it. You must have felt so bad. It is Y105 FM's Early Morning Show, a Rochester prostitution crackdown next in the News Minute.
This is Y105.
Rochester police arrested 6 people Tuesday as part of a prostitution crackdown. Good morning. I'm James Raby. This is the Y105 FM Early Morning Show News Minute. Prepare for a very rainy day and a weird 20-degree drop. That forecast is coming up in about 60 seconds. The police worked with the Olmsted County Attorney's Office and Safe Harbor, an agency that helps sexually exploited youth. All 6 of the arrests occurred at the same location, and suspects could face charges for engaging in prostitution. See more about Safe Harbor on the Y105 FM app. Also on our app this morning, a man sentenced for wrong-way crash that killed Winona State student. Minnesota DFL maintains control of the House, claim victory in the Senate. Veterans Day discounts plus freebies in Southeast Minnesota. And the rabies shot. Man, a Brook Park, Minnesota doughhead is accused of going over 100 miles on North Broadway. Yeah, a Minnesota State Trooper clocked the 36-year-old doughhead driving 111 miles per hour during the pursuit, at which time they called it off. They called off the chase. That's too dangerous. Well, that turned out to be okay because the doughhead trapped herself. She's fine, but she was in the ditch near the North Broadway roundabout at 75th Street. And you think those roundabouts aren't good for anything. Y105 FM weather for today. Showers and thunderstorms. The high should be up to 67, and then we're going to drop 20 degrees, at least to 47 by this afternoon. Partly cloudy and 23 tonight, and then tomorrow, cloudy and 32. Cloudy and 32 tomorrow. Again for today, showers, thunderstorms with a high going up to 67 by midday, and then by afternoon, dropping to 47. Woo! Right now it is 64, and Andrew left us a voicemail on the Y105 FM app. Hear how the driver's ed teacher he had it in for him and ruined his car in just about 15 minutes. If you'd like to join in, easy peasy mac and cheesy, just tap the little microphone on the Y105 FM app to leave us a message. Have some rhyme about rain, like go to bed, bump your head, don't get up till the morning or something. And now I'm thinking that's really not very nice. It's not really nice. My mom was encouraging me to bump my head. It's Y105 FM's early morning show on a day that's going to be rainy and a weird 20-degree drop in temperature. We're going to get up to like 65, 66, and then boom, it's going to start dropping 20 degrees pretty fast. We're talking about your driver's ed experiences. What was it that happened that you tell stories about still? Kathy, what you got?
My driver's ed teacher was trying to teach me how to go through a drive-through, and so he orders food, and we get up to the window to pay, and he's like, I forgot my wallet. So we didn't have money, so he just made me drive on through and, like, pretend that I didn't know what I was doing and just leave.
That's good.
So we just left after we ordered all this food. And so he's like, I stopped it, like, to go on the highway. He's like, just go. Don't stop.
That is hilarious. Thanks for calling the Y105 FM early morning show, Kathy. You're great. And Andrew left a message on the Y105 FM app with his story.
My driver instructor had it in for me, and he decided he wanted me to pull down this really tight alley next to a building.
Oh, no.
And I ended up scraping the entire length of the driver's side of the car. So I passed, but I was laughing stock of the driver's training for a long, long time.
Hey, Andrew, you left a message on the Y105 FM app, just a voice message, and what he does is he taps the little microphone. If you could let us know what happened to that driver's instructor, because something had to happen to him, right? That's awful, getting your car ruined like that when you were a kid. You're listening to Y105 FM's early morning show. I'm James Raby, and we're kicking off the 8 a.m. All Music Hour next, and then just after 9, still part of the 8 a.m. All Music Hour, a chance for you to see Backstreet Boys in New York City.
Have you ever invited a whole bunch of people over for Thanksgiving? Or
Second, I'm still wrapping my head around the movie that they're talking about putting Ryan Reynolds in. It's freaking me out, seriously. It's Y105 FM's early morning show. Hi, I'm James Raby. And the website, Eat This, Not That, says some Subway locations are now selling hot dogs. They're cooked on a rotating steamer. I got nothing against hot dogs. I'm a big fan, in fact. However, do you go to Subway for hot dogs? I mean, that sounds like a weird thing to be doing. A new survey by Beyond Finance says that 57% of us are concerned about how we're going to be able to pay for holiday gifts this year. I understand entirely. And if you gotta back down on it, that's okay. It's okay. You know, it's okay. And then Business Insider says Facebook laid off 11,000 workers because of declining stock prices and the poor economy. Yeah, I bet they're still making massive profit. They just want to make a little better. But I will give Mark Zuckerberg credit for almost nothing in this world. But at least as the CEO or whatever his deal is over there at Meta, he said, "Hey, this is on me. I screwed up." So again, I don't give him much credit, but a lot of CEOs will not say, this is my fault. I did something wrong. They're like, the market circumstances create a situation where we need to find the transfiguring doofus and the fa-fa-hoo-hoos. No, those are actual terms I think they use. And finally, what the heck? Giant Freaking Robot, the website, says Ryan Reynolds is in talks with Disney about starring in an upcoming Star Wars movie. No word on what the movie might be, who he's going to be, or whatever. But and I got no hate for Ryan Reynolds at all. I like him. I used to hate him, but his movies he's done lately, I've enjoyed so much more. However, Star Wars? Well, I guess the franchise isn't what it used to be, is it? It is Y105 FM's early morning show.
This is Y105 FM.
Pet owners receive the same workplace benefits as parents, That's one of our rabies shots coming up, an international rabies shot here on Y105 FM's early morning show. Then we got a local doughhead. Oh my gosh, such a doughhead. Here on Y105 FM's early morning show, rabies shots are not me judging people. They're not angry little rants about stuff. It's just me noticing the doughheadery of some people, like this Australian woman. She's going viral because she says, well, pet owners should receive the same workplace benefits as parents do. She wrote an essay saying dog moms do not receive enough respect at work while other mothers are given flexibility with their schedules. Well, yeah, because they're raising kids. This might not have occurred to you, but that dog is not a child. And they are much more self-sufficient. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole argument thing. If you want to hate on me for it, that's okay. My Facebook page can take it, James Raby. But just think about it for a second. Are they the same? And have you ever been denied time to go pick your pet up from daycare? Or I got to run home and work because my dog needs to be let out. I've never known anyone that gets told no for that. Now, maybe you work someplace else. Kind of curious, but I am against that idea. That's dough-headed. No, pets and humans are not the same thing. Also, the local rabies shot. A Brook Park, Minnesota woman is accused of going over 100 miles an hour on North Broadway. What? Yeah, Minnesota State Trooper clocked the 36-year-old doughhead driving 111 at one point in the pursuit, at which point they called off the chase. That's it. That's too dangerous. Well, that turned out to be just okay because, as doughheads will, they messed around and they found out. She ended up in the ditch. Where? Well, at a trusty roundabout, the North Broadway roundabout at 75th Street, which is one of my favorite roundabouts. I never think, hey, this will catch a criminal, but now I know. Roundabouts are great. For me, I think they really help traffic. And when you're a doughhead trying to go 111 miles an hour, yeah, the ditch is going to be your best friend. And by the way, she's fine. That's why I can joke about what a doughhead she is. It would be tragic otherwise. It's Y105 FM's early morning show. And Michelle going to give you a chance to have a blast with all that commercial-free music, so much fun conversation, and then at 2 o'clock, another code word so you can win the Y105 FM BSB and Me in NYC giveaway.
Have you ever invited a whole bunch of people over for Thanksgiving or Christmas?
Hey, it's James Raby. Thank you so much for listening to the Y105 FM early morning show, radio on demand podcast. I hope you'll subscribe and tune in Monday through Friday between 6 and 10 for more fun than you can shake a stick at.